and you get the full weight and mechanics and body motion of a right hook, and that man doesn't stumble, he laughs and actually keeps his wit about him to turn a comedic phrase out of it, you're a bitch.
Denzel said to me a few minutes ago, he said, at your highest moment, be careful, that's when the devil comes for you.
I was wondering who Will thought the devil was. You know, did he feel like the enemy was Chris Rock, or did he understand that the enemy at that time was his inner me? That was the person that needed to be checked, was his lack of self-control. It had nothing to do with what Chris Rock said. It was the way that Will handled it. So that's what I wanted to know, because he stood up there, to me, still arrogant. He looked to the left and, apologized to the Academy, but there was just no real true repentance to me, because I felt like he was looking at the enemy as Chris Rock, and he was not the enemy at that time. It was Will's lack of self-control and Will's inability to check his wife and get her under submission. And he has let this go on for a long time. So all of these emotions, I feel like, have been bubbling up in Will for a long time, and he has not addressed them. People have been cracking jokes on Jada for years now because of what they have put out to the audience. We had no idea Jada was in a relationship with August Alsina. They put that out there. They put out that they have an open marriage. So if you are now having a hard time with the jokes and things that you receive, you did that. Like you said, you should have a private life, a personal life, and a public life. They gave us the ammunition to the gun. So this is his fault. It is not Chris Rock's fault. And I just feel like he put the blame on Chris Rock. Chris Rock was not the enemy here. He wasn't the devil who was trying to come at his highest moment. That was him. It was his inner me. That's the enemy.
I know what's trying to be communicated when a man goes to slap another man. He's trying to say, I don't have to exert my full physical force because I don't believe you to be a real threat. And even more so, what he's trying to say, I'm not going to ball up my fist and use my knuckles, which is a more damaging structure. And what he's trying to say even more so is that I don't have to use any more force on you than I would on a woman. And that does draw very distinctual lines between men and women that we've observed culturally throughout history, right? This is why you see it portrayed that a man slaps a woman, a man slaps a man who he doesn't believe is a real man. You see this portrayed or played out in a movie, let's say like Tombstone, where Kurt Russell slaps Billy Bob Thornton, or in Humphrey Bogart in the Maltese Falcon, right? So there is a cultural narrative around what it means when a man slaps another man. It means I'm exerting full, absolute physical dominance over you. For Will Smith, when you go to strike a man and he's completely unexpecting, his hands are behind his back, he bends forward a little bit, his chin is exposed, and he's not looking, and you get the full weight and mechanics and body motion of a right hook, and that man doesn't stumble, he laughs and actually keeps his wit about him to turn a comedic phrase out of it, you're a bitch. Will Smith was the woman in that situation. And here's why I think that's important to observe. I don't think it was by accident that he acted like a woman in that situation. I don't think that it was a failure of his masculinity so much as it was an embrace of femininity. And that's what we see here in America and in the West, that femininity, the crisis of femininity, has obscured what it means to be a man. He intended to slap Chris Rock the way a woman would slap a man. And the reason why, Jason, and this is the real issue we have to pin down, the reason why is because for him, the natural order is broken. The natural order is God to man to woman and child. In his clan, the natural order is woman to effeminate man and gender fluid children. And it's a breeding ground for neurosis and then psychosis. We're looking at a man whose mental health has deteriorated.